and I am a designer. I work under the label Tatanka Designs with my husband, Lord Kakwedawe. We work on projects together, and he does the buffalo hide with our facilitators, Terry Mosquito and Tracy George Hayes. And then I'll work with the hide, the parfleche, the raw hide to create art, and I'll paint on it and create different objects from it. There's a top hat on that mannequin, and I'll let the next fashion designer talk about that. So the show will be about 25 minutes long. So most of our models are first-time models, and so just bear with us, and we're gonna do our best. So I'll have the first model come out, Leona. So this is a dress that I made as homage to the buffalo. The outfit itself is a material almost silk-like, man-made, and I painted a tree on the outfit. And the tree, on the top of the tree is buffalo. So this represents my ancestry, our connection to the buffalo. So this to me is our buffalo tree. And when we talk about our family tree and our connections to our family and our lineage, the buffalo is right there at the top. And so she's wearing a buffalo head piece. I don't call it a headdress, I call it a headpiece. And it's my homage to the buffalo. She's wearing a breastplate made out of gun shell casings that was designed by Les House. Thank you, Leona. Person coming is Lanisa, and she is wearing a dress made out of red material. I just so happened to be fortunate to go to Paris last year with my husband, kind of a bucket list thing, and so I found this red material in a fabric store in Paris, and I loved it so much, and I always found red to me represents this power, fierceness, and it represents this womanness, and so I wanted to make something to honor our women, our Indigenous women, and so that's the reason why I designed this dress. The beadwork is again a piece of represents purple crocus, the first flower of spring, and it's beaded by myself and my husband. Our next outfit is worn by Savannah. So this is a satiny material, and I have a buffalo designed on top, and it's repurposed fur, and you'll see the tail is up on the buffalo, and I don't know if any of you know buffalo. When I designed it, I made the tail go up, and so when the tail goes up, that means that the buffalo's charging. Right? Or you need to watch out, that buffalo is gonna come and get you. So I love the buffalo, and so a lot of times I'm inspired by the buffalo. The purse she's wearing though is something that me and my husband again worked on together. It's made out of moose leather, beaded by my husband. Thank you, Savannah. This is Kaylee. And she's wearing a dress that I created to honor Sitting Bull. So the front of the image is talking about where are the buffalo. And Sitting Bull, Indigenous name, is to honor the buffalo. And so this was shown when I went to the Global Indigenous Runway in Australia in March. And so it's my homage to Sitting Bull. Again, buffalo-inspired clothing. So the buffalo is a gold applique on top of the little black dress. My version of the little black dress, and she's wearing a red wool purse, again with the buffalo running design. This is Josie. So Josie's wearing a black leather top, repurposed Italian silk, again with the buffalo image, applique gold, with wearing another purse that was designed by myself and my husband. It's moose leather, and the beadwork is done by Lauren. Thank you, Jody. This is Savannah. She's wearing an outfit that I was inspired by the organza. So there's 48 organza eagle feathers that were hand painted to make the skirt, and the top is a gold outfit or gold shirt, and I also created eagle feathers on the top to make the necklace portion, and the belt as well is made out of black vinyl. Costume outfit changes, so if you just bear with us. So I wanted the ladies to walk on the buffalo robes. These are buffalo robes that were borrowed from the Royal Saskatchewan Museum, so they've loaned us them, and I've asked the ladies to walk barefoot so that we don't get a chance in our daily lives just to walk and to be close to the buffalo robes, or a lot of times they're on the wall or for display, and so I told the ladies when they're walking to walk barefoot so that they can really kind of feel the fur of the buffalo, and to hopefully get a little bit in touch with that spirit of the buffalo. And so that's another reason we have the buffalo for our runway. So I'm grateful for the Royal Saskatchewan Museum for loaning us their buffalo robes for the fashion show here today. So I just wanted to talk a little bit. I have an art exhibit that we've had out all week, and it's talking about what happened to the buffalo in Saskatchewan. And so I have, it's here right now, kind of set aside, but it'll be put out later. It talks about how many buffalo were here. And a big important part of what isn't shared in our textbooks or history is, because I've heard people say, oh, there were just a couple thousand buffalo, or maybe there was, 100,000. But actually there's some data that I'm sharing in my art exhibit that they found, estimated from all the buffalo bones that were piled up, that there are about 1.5 million buffalo just in the Saskatoon area. The bones of buffalo collected to be shipped down east, because then they would use the bones in fertilizer, and they would use the bones in refining sugar and turning it from yellow to white, and they would even use buffalo bones to make bone china. So when I hear the figures of how many buffalo were in North America, and they say there were about 65 million, I think that might be conservative. I think there might have been more. So 65 million buffalo in North America is, what happened to those buffalo? Why Regina has a nickname, pile of bones, pile of buffalo bones. So, that's a big part of why I do the work that I do, is to share my love of buffalo and that connection we still have to buffalo. So this next outfit is, I thought if I could do all my clothing in red, I would. So this is, there's a buffalo design on the back of the dress. And so this is Tasia wearing my little red buffalo dress. So this is a dress that I made. I tried to find fabric from all over, and so this one has feathers on it. So I chose this material because of the feathers. And, you know, so we're always looking for new materials. We're always trying to find different ways to express ourselves. And so, you know, the eagle feather is really important as well in some of the design elements of my clothing. So that's why I chose to do this dress with the eagle feathers. My interpretation of eagle feathers. Thank you, Kaylee. I think we have a couple more outfits, and then we're gonna have a performance by my niece. She'll be doing a little jingle dance performance. So this is an outfit that I made out of buffalo. So the corset itself, the lower part of the corset is buffalo rawhide or buffalo parfleche, and I painted the front of the corset with the purple crocuses. And so the connection between the purple crocuses and the buffalo are, there's a story that Maria Linklater, an elder from up north, shared, and she said when a baby buffalo is born and they drop their belly button, where that belly button falls, a purple crocus sprouts up. So that's why I have a lot of purple crocuses in my designs with the buffalo leather, buffalo parfleche. So thank you, Quintessa. So I believe that those were all my outfits. Oh, okay, my daughter reminded me I'm wearing one. So this is my powwow dress that I wear when I'm dancing powwow, and I just started to dance powwow 2 years ago. So I'm close to 50, and I thought if I keep on putting it off, I'm gonna be 65 before I actually start dancing. So I only started dancing powwow 2 years ago. So this is one of the outfits that I made for myself. So I just wanted to say thank you for watching this part of the show. We're going to have our jingle dress dancer come out, and then we're going to have designs by Tracy George Hayes.
go to travel to powwows, other people would start to ask me to create stuff for them. So I'm gonna get my daughter to come out first. Maisha. Like Jolie said, she initiated about 2 years ago. My daughter and I also initiated into the powwow circle, so we're also powwow dancers. So Maisha, do you want to walk down there, just to the end? Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Beautiful. So if I could get your help to give her a hand. She was a little bit nervous to come out today. Smile, my girl. Excellent. Good job, my girl. So we originally initiated her into jingle, and so I made a lot of jingle dresses over the years. And then she was asking, can I make a shawl? I want to dance fancy. And to me, what that represents is that butterfly transformation. And somewhere along the line, she sees herself as growing into this fancy dancer. So thank you. My next model, I'll get the beaded corset. Thank you. So this outfit is raw silk, and my good friend's sister, Tasha Akus, did the beadwork in the front of the bodice, the sweetheart bodice. And how I see these corsets and the bodices has to do with our armor as a form of protection. It's not more of a form of manipulating your body to fit a certain mold, but a form of protection. Now, Jolie also spoke about us doing an art exhibit all week here, and my actual powwow dress is on display in our booth. And I made my very first breastplate out of bone beads, buffalo bone beads, and pipe bone beads. I'll get my next model. Thank you. So this outfit, I love red because it represents life, blood life, and I've done a lot of work with regards to the murdered and the missing Indigenous or Aboriginal women in Regina and across Alberta and Manitoba. And so I had created this breastplate again, or corset, with the dream catcher that hope that one day that we all will be viewed as human. A lot of times when I look at the buffalo, and how they have been almost terminated to extinction, I feel like sometimes the murdered and the missing Indigenous Aboriginal women and girls are being targeted, much like the buffalo were hundreds of years ago, to take over this land base. And so society or the government or the crown, whichever you view, that makes the laws, controlled our food source. And eventually we became dependent. We went into treaty, and now we were confined to reserves. And I view that Indigenous people as a whole, we are also being targeted for some purpose. And I don't know what that greater purpose is. Okay, I'll ask for my next model. Thank you. So I do a lot of ribbon skirts and Western wear, I'll say. I've done a lot of Pendleton jackets and Navajo jackets using the blankets, Hudson Bay blankets, and there's a lot of teachings behind those items as well. So I created this to go to Toronto Fashion Week. And for me, this dot dress represents, whenever you see someone wearing those dots, there's teachings behind those dot dresses. Not everybody has that kind of dress, and I intentionally made that cape because long ago what that cape represents for me. So gorgeous, give her a hand. Yes, come out. So this is my buffalo lady, and this is also another outfit that I created to get ready for Toronto. And her Becca's partner there is Rihanna, that's Jolie's little daughter, and she wanted to model too because our girls are like twins. So the top hat that Becca is wearing is made from raw hide, or buffalo par flesh, they call it. And I did that because of the clearing of the buffalo. And to me, I see that as being a British representation.